SUVification of the automobile market continues apace, with buyers in even the smallest segment now deciding that they, too, want the higher seating position and in all-wheel drive versions the bad weather capability afforded by a crossover-type vehicle. Honda is showing more hustle than usual with the new 2016 HR-V, getting into this game in the steely innings. The Nissan Juke, the Mini Countryman, and the Buick Encore were the pioneers, but in the past year the size of the field has more than doubled, with new entrants such as the Chevy Trax, the Jeep Renegade, the Fiat 500X, and the upcoming Mazda CX-3. The HR-V crossover, which slots in below the wildly popular CR-V in size and price, promises to be a strong entrant in this burgeoning field. Solid feel. Whereas the CR-V is based on the Civic, the HR-V shares its platform with the Fit subcompact. The HR-V, however, is a whole order of magnitude more solid and substantial feeling than that waif-like little box. The cabin is much wider, the windshield isn't miles away, and the interior design and materials are better. If you never looked behind you, you could easily be convinced that this is a new CR-V. Indeed, the HR-V is substantially larger than the Wii Fit. Its wheelbase is longer by 3.2 inches, its front track wider by 2.1 inches, and the rear track is up by 2.6 inches. Overall, the HR-V casts a shadow 9.1 inches longer and 2.8 inches wider than the Fit, and it stands 3.2 inches taller. Those extra inches, of course, bring with them more weight. Compared to the Fit, the HR-V is nearly 400 pounds heavier by Honda's measurements. Even so, its curb weight of roughly 3,000 pounds is felt for this class. Not so speedy. In other markets, the HR-V uses the Fit's 130 horsepower 1.5-litre four-cylinder, but for the United States Honda wisely bypassed that engine in favor of the larger 1.8-litre unit from the Civic. Alas, the 1.8 litres output isn't that much greater, mustering 141 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 127 lb-ft of torque at 4,300 revolutions per minute, figures that are near the bottom of the baby pile. It's no surprise, then, that the HR-V is slow, with 0 to 60 times likely falling in the 9 to 10 second range. The CVT automatic, which is the only available transmission with AWD, sends revs soaring and keeps them while one waits for speed to build. Or one can flap through the paddles, which causes the transmission to run through 7 preset ratios. Honda offers a 6-speed manual in front-wheel drive LX and X models, and it provides the sensation of livelier acceleration. We like that the stick is easy to shift, but the clutch travel seems long and the throws a bit ropey. Unfortunately, the manual is at a real disadvantage in fuel economy. According to the EPA, the automatic returns 2,835 miles per gallon with front-wheel drive, beating the manual by 3 miles per gallon in the city and 1 mile per gallon on the highway. The CVT-only AWD model nets ratings of 2,732 miles per gallon. All of those figures are at or near the top of the class. On our straight, flat, and traffic-choked drive route in South Florida, the HR-V didn't display much verve for cornering, although it didn't have much opportunity to do so beyond an aggressively taken on-ramp or two. The HR-V's electric power steering system, though, does offer reasonable effort, and the suspension capably soaks up road irregularities. In a space, the HR-V's real talents lie elsewhere, chiefly in its people and cargo carrying capacity. Packaging has long been a Honda forte, and it's definitely on display here. The HR-V follows the Fit's lead in cleverly placing the fuel tank under the front seats, which allows the rear seat cushion to flip up, creating a practical space for ferrying taller objects. Alternately, the split rear seatbacks can flop forward, as can the front passenger seatback. Even when it's not showing off its gymnastic flexibility, the HR-V boasts the largest cargo hold among its peers, whether that's behind the rear seats or with atro-folded. And the extremely low cargo floor facilitates easy loading, a boon for those who frequently haul heavy items. The HR-V is nearly as adept at carrying humans as stuff, comfortably seating 2 adults in back despite the slightly tapered body shape. We also were impressed with the nicely padded armrests, upholstered door panels, and soft touch dash, all of which are a pleasant contrast to the plastic bucket cabin often found in vehicles in this price range. The center console is an open design, with space below for stowage of small items, as well as the requisite power ports and input jacks. Overly touchy, what's missing from the interior, though, is any color or style, such as one finds in the Duke, the Renegade, and the 500X. Honda evidently thinks it will earn its style points with its 2 touchscreen interfaces, one for the climate control and a second for the audio navigation system. They do look modern in an iPad kind of a way, but functionally they're a disaster. It's as if Honda were jealous of all the vitriol directed at my Ford Touch and Cadillac SKU and wanted to get some of that for itself. As in the Fit, the display audio system has no physical buttons, not even knobs for tuning or volume. Everything works through the touch screen. There are, blessedly, volume adjustments on the steering wheel with this system. It's the same with the vac controls, where even turning the fan up or down requires taking your eyes off the road to stab at the screen. Only the entry-level LX gets a reprieve, in the form of an audio system with a smaller screen flanked by volume and tuning knobs. One compensating factor for the display audio is that cars so equipped get Honda's Lane Watch, which provides a view toward the back along the right side of the vehicle. It's activated with the right turn signal or manually via a button on the end of the stalk. All HR-Vs get a rear view camera as standard, even the base LX, which also includes AC and Bluetooth for its impressively low, $19,995 starting price. Add $800 for the CVT, then another $1,250 for AWD. One step up, the mid-level X adds features including a power sunroof, rear privacy glass, automatic climate control, auto on-off headlights, push-button start, heated front seats, and the aforementioned display audio. The X starts at $22,045. Again, you'll need to add $800 for the CVT and another $1,250 for AWD. The top-spec model, the EXL Navi, $25,470 with FWD, $26,720 with AWD, includes, yes, leather and navigation, along with HD radio, satellite radio, and a few other items. There are no options, which means that the HR-V is missing some of the latest high-tech safety gadgets, such as blind spot warning, forward collision warning, and lane departure warning. Formerly luxury car features, these items are quickly migrating down even to this level. All 3 are available on the entries from Fiat and Jeep, for example. So, the HR-V doesn't offer the high-end features of the Renegade and the 500X. Nor does it have the hot-hatch credentials of the Duke. But the smaller, sportier Nissan doesn't have near the passenger or cargo carrying abilities of the HR-V. Add the Honda's impressive fuel economy, above-station interior, and attractive pricing, and it's clear that the HR-V delivers on the aspects that are likely to resonate with a wide swath of buyers in this segment. All of this means that Honda should have another hit on its hands. In fact, we expect the HR-V to outsell the Fit on which it's based, marking yet another milestone in the migration from cars to SUVs.